I got hotsauce.com, sex lubricant in a sauce packet. You
Single serve.
single serve, one and done, right? We're marketing towards
That
those.
feels so clean and simple to me. I like it for that one reason. I don't like the name, but I like.
I know that's the
single
thing
serve.
I was actually going to change. Is like, okay, let's market it to a less frat boy and more of like a
Right.
all that stuff. All right, Kendall, and the ideas that we've reviewed most recently, I don't know, the last few weeks here and there. Which one have you liked? Which one has stuck with you the most? And which one have you been like, that was a terrible idea. I hated that. I don't want to do that. Mine is still building desks. For some reason, I hate that.
Yeah, no, that one's bad. But it's harder to think of the ones I hate because I
know they just kind
forget
of
them
leave
immediately.
Yeah, they're gone.
So I'm sure I hated some more than that. Well, I really liked Student versus Lawyer. Did we talk about that
We
on the recording?
we did. Yeah, we mentioned it. Yeah, student versus lawyer. Students in universities send in letter. No, they just create paperwork for lawyer. You tell me. It was my idea, but now I want to see where you ran with it.
It was your idea. I bought the domain, so
Oh, you loved it. You loved it. What's the domain?
studentversuslawyer.com.
It's great.
Yep. It just feels lucky sometimes when you're like, this would be a great domain.
And then it's $6.99.
And then, yeah, it's $12.
Yeah, perfect.
$12 a year. And I'll pay that for the rest of my life. And we may never get it off the ground. Probably not. I don't want to get sued. But
Inevitably, that will happen.
I would love to turn some of these into like marketing landing pages of pitching the business and just let them live and just collect the idea in landing page form.
Yeah.
So if we had like an administrator who could help us with this and more time, that would be a sweet way to catalog a bunch of these conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like 30 different business ideas with a landing page that pitches it for you.
And we just look at the analytics. This.
I don't care about the analytics. I just want the one person to go, I could do this. They're not going to do this. I could do this, but I could do it better. Like everybody should make these ideas better. These are just
Oh yeah.
shells of a concept that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. I think that's great. That's great. I feel affirmed. I feel so affirmed.
Yep.
I
So
like that.
I think it should be more like students at the cheapest law schools in the world teaming up. Like there'd be a forum. Think of Reddit. Like it would be a forum of students that they get paid fractionally for their contributions to drowning a top law firm in paperwork. And the customer just goes in and hires a swarm of legal students to drown very expensive lawyers. It just makes me laugh.
I kind of love that.
Love this.
So I'm getting in a lawsuit. Oh shoot, this person's suing me for everything I own, and they have to pay their lawyer, and I don't have enough money to really fight it as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
So I'll pay $200, $500 to bury that guy in money, so that guy can't afford his lawyers and he has to drop the suit. That's the whole idea.
So that's the whole idea. And I think that by taking the community aspect of it, you would have students having really good ideas like, oh, in this situation, we should be able to send them a letter that they have fraudulently built their fence 2 feet to the east at their house. Like, look here on Google Images. Like, this is what people already do for fun on Reddit, right? So this is a student now getting some income from practicing and fun. It would go viral sometimes. Like literally you're just democratizing the lawsuit and you're going, hey, I'm in a lawsuit. Now I've paid these students to go swarm.
It's almost like exposing how like
Exposes our system.
Yeah, our system's kind of a bummer in a lot of ways, and I think that's one of the ways. Now, I'm not going to say there's a better system out there. I just think it's a bummer. So it exposes like the actual flaws just by like saying, I'm just like this board's a little weak. I'm going to freaking hammer it until it breaks.
Right.
It's basically that.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. I like that. Anything you remember that you hated?
No. I don't care about that one. Remember the silicone, the stir spoon?
Yeah. Wait.
I know this looks inappropriate, but
Wait. The silicone
suction spoon. It's for the stir spoon on your coffee pot.
Yes.
So this little doohickey here, I was like, I wonder if I could draw these on my iPad and just take the image and put them on the website next to idea. So you could sketch out the idea. Basically, we can like timestamp it in the episode notes and then have like a little image.
We could.
Like, could I do this in 3 minutes for most ideas? Probably. Yeah. So I don't know. I always have lofty goals with my time.
No, I have the same problem. It's a follow through problem, really. Well, it's not. It's like you have to weigh out what's the better idea, what's the worst idea, and then, oh, by the way, spouses and family and kids.
Would we ever talk about the businesses we are actually going to start?
I think we should.
Okay.
Actually, this is good. This is good because I've made some progress.
Okay.
So let me. So here's context. Kendall and I were like, let's start we're not shooting for the moon here, a low stakes business, low cost of entry. Yep. He had an idea. I had an idea. We're going to do this together and let's run with it. My idea was 30-minute candle. So let me explain. 30-minute candle. Yeah. I just love the idea in my head. Pitch
it to me.
So, when you're going to bed and you have a candle burning and you're drifting off to sleep and you're loving this candle, but oh no, you're almost asleep and you don't want to get up. Nobody wants to get up. But then in your head, you start doing math. This candle was $20. If I don't blow it out, I've just lost $8, $10, $20. I don't know how much I lost, but
or a $300,000 house.
Could be that. That'd be a bummer. It's a pretty good deal at this market. So I hate that feeling. I hate it with all of my heart.
That you might die in a fire because you left the candle running?
No, that doesn't bother me too much. Oh. I feel really comfortable with my ability.
I didn't catch this the first time. You were actually concerned about wasting an expensive candle.
Yeah, I hate that.
I was thinking you wanted it to put itself out for safety reasons. I think these are both good reasons.
That's great. I love that. I love that you liked the idea even with that. No, I just hate, I want to be able to light a candle and then when I go to sleep, it puts itself out.
You've clearly never seen something light on fire when the candle gets...
I've seen movies. I've not seen it.
No, I did this.
You did this?
Yeah, at my house. Yep. I was 11. I guess I didn't light the candles. My mom left the candles up in the garland. And they just burned low enough to where eventually the garland was higher than the flame, right? The candles were taller than the garland.
Yeah.
But as they burn, the candle wall is lower, and then it just went up. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So you don't want to fall asleep with candles.
Without even knowing, I've been marketing to you. This is great.
Yeah. And I want to fall asleep to the warm red lights. I think a big part of the marketing is redeem your sleep. It's
absolutely.
It's like the blue light on your screen is keeping you awake. It's killing your melatonin.
It's also a bedtime ritual. Bedtime rituals are huge. I used to. It's weird. Oh man, I kind of miss these days. I used to do stretching before I went to bed. Really weird. Totally worked. I did it for a month straight, and then I would do that, and I'd be like, I'm gonna fall straight asleep. It's really smart.
Man,
I gotta bring that back. Did that in college. Okay, so 30-minute candle. You light it. It can be different time periods, but we're just gonna start at 30 minutes. Yeah. I love that. You light it. It goes out in 30 minutes consistently, plus or minus 1 or 2 minutes on either side, and then you drift off to sleep.
Yep.
So how I've been running with it is trying to look at how long it takes for a candle to burn. Let's buy a bunch of different products. What's on the market right now? What's on the market right now is I can only find one product. It's a candle that burns for 20 minutes, and it's marketed towards, I think, Reiki or
okay.
Some religion that I don't know. Yeah, similar to Roku.
Yeah.
Less login issues. Yeah, exactly.
I know a lot about Roku.
I know nothing about Reiki. So that's perfect. I bought it. I hate it. It's terrible. It's absolutely an awful idea. It looks so bad. But what I was thinking is no, we want to market this to college to middle-aged women, probably somewhere in there, or it could be men. But I was thinking more of a slender stick that goes up. And so then that brought me to, okay, hold on. How do we find a stick that's going to burn at the right amount of time? So I just purchased tons of different versions of these. And I think it's
how many have come in? This is over maybe a 2-week, 3-week period. I
know. A 2-week, 3-week period. I ordered a couple from England. There's a lot out of England. And I've gotten 2 things in.
Okay.
And I've been unimpressed. I've been actually very unimpressed.
The first ones were smaller than...
So bad.
Half your thumb size.
And they said they went for 20 minutes and they went for 10 and...
Oh, that's not good.
No, but it was good because they were too small that I'm like, I don't want to advertise this. This is not cool.
Yeah, but it has to be like an actual 30-minute. Because I think people will use it for surprising ways as well. Like you're making a claim on time.
Oh yeah. The big thing that when I've talked to people I know, they're really strong about we need fragrance.
Yeah, everybody needs. Yeah. So the other use case for this that I would use is, for me, it's my wife is coming home. She's coming home from a trip, or she's coming home from a day of working or something. She's coming home. I'm cleaning up the house in anticipation. I want her to be happy. She's big on smells. So I would put like 3 of these around the house. I just want to set it and forget it. I really don't want to have to.
Oh, yeah. 50 cents a candle. Who cares? Just toss it, turn it on, be happy about it.
One and done, baby.
And one and done. It's a different idea we didn't follow through with.
No.
So I'm there. I'm buying all the different.
About it.
One and done. Back to the candles. Got a bunch of things. Got a bunch of candles. I'm in the fragrance problem, and I'm waiting to nail down the fragrance until I talk to manufacturers, and I'm trying to find the closest candle that I think is effective that is being mass produced today that I can edit slightly. So that way, when I talk to a manufacturer, they're like, "Oh yeah, we do this all the time."
If
not a big deal.
The shape the same, then they don't have to change their molds.
Exactly. They don't have to change their molds. Now they could change their
formulation.
Exactly. So it's, and then that's like paraffin. Do we want beeswax? And then what kind of fragrance do we want in there? That's where we're at. And then also for the concrete bases, I've ordered several concrete bases and ceramic bases and all that stuff. It's just the packaging and that. And then I think most of the work is actually going to be in marketing. That's really where the problem is. But yeah, 30-minute candle. What do you think? Do you like that idea? Do you not like that idea?
I do like this idea. I do like this. Let's keep going. On that one.
One. Yeah, I know. It's kind of exciting. And you know what? My fiance loves it. She likes candles, and so she's having fun.
My wife liked it.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I got good feedback. Now, last night I talked to some friends about it, and I asked them, hey, what do you think about this, a 30-minute candle? Someone, Jessie, I think she has good taste.
She does.
She picks products really well. She goes, that's a cool product, but I don't think that like the time element is the best thing about it. She thought like the tin I described, like a cigarette tin, like skinny candles, single-use candles basically in a cigarette tin, like fancy cigarettes, a tin.
Absolutely.
Right? Or like mini cigars. Basically a mini cigar candle is like you just open it up, it smells nice, you burn it, it's one use.
She likes the cigarette tin.
Yeah, she loved that. She thought that alone would do it. Now, she doesn't have as much marketing experience. She's really good at picking products. So she was coming from a certain perspective. So my pushback would be, I agree. That would really help the marketing, but it's not the best thing about this because you need a unique element to shave your costs on digital ads. You have to capture a niche market targeted in order to drive down the cost of an ad.
Here is, that. Also, the best part of this product is it makes everybody, they have to survive in your ecosystem because the more homework I did, the more I found out, all these taper type candles, they're about 1/2 inch wide to 1 inch wide. The candles that I'm thinking about, they're 1/4 of an inch tall, which means we make our own bases because there are very few 1/4 inch bases. So that means they have to buy our bases, our containers. Every single thing to it. So once they're committed, they're in the system where nobody else has infrastructure for.
Yeah, you're right. That would make a better business as long as the first thing you sell them is the kit, and then you're selling things that fit the kit over time. Now she brought up like people are going to burn their houses down, you're going to get sued, and I thought that was a fair point. And her main reason was because people are idiots. Yeah. And like in my experience, that's true. There are a lot of idiots in the world. And we probably would eventually get sued for a house getting burned down. And I don't want anybody to die. So my thought was...
It's population control.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not going to... Nope. Okay. So we would put a some sort of like a shade that's not flammable, right? Is that a police radio in our ears?
We just got... That's so funny. I don't know if that was actually like captured or not.
Probably not captured in the recording.
No, I think it would have been actually.
Cool. Let's keep going.
That's so funny. That's so weird.
I don't want too much editing. That's quite the chore. So I do think, I'm sorry, the police radio thing really, what was I talking about? This is
a
great.
shade, a little shade.
Okay, a shade, but not a shade like that can light on fire, but a shade that's it like helps with the warmth of the light, because again, this is about limiting light during night time. So you could somehow emphasize or complement the candle. You could let some smoke go through the top, but it could also be safe.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
You could offer it as the kit. People don't have to use it, but then you're out of harm's way on the liability side too.
Man, that's tough. Because I was thinking getting out of harm's way with liability is literally just having a massive waiver. Not massive, but a very, you cannot miss it. This is there. So we do have the problem. If it's a tapered candle, that has a higher fire liability.
That's what you
Instead
learned.
of like a wide base candle. Yeah, because a wide base candle, you tip it a little bit, it's going to go out. A long, skinny one falls over.
How much are we selling a tin of these for?
Oh, I was hoping for 50 cents a candle.
Okay.
And I was thinking, too cheap? I know, that's what my fiance said as well. But I was thinking, I don't want to think about it. I want it to be just, why would I buy that?
You're not wrong, but we can go higher than 50.
You don't want to do $1.
You're right. I agree with you. It'll mess with people's minds. 79 cents a candle, somewhere in there. But they're also getting this nice tin and a kit, so they're not going to be sensitive to.
I was thinking cigar boxes.
So cigar boxes.
Exactly. You can get them used cigar boxes. They already smell amazing.
Ooh, so these have to be like cedar scented candles.
Just incredibly just mellow, and they want to knock you out.
Are these going to sell better to men than to women?
I don't know. You can get
You have to be careful there, but
yeah, it's tough.
But I mean,
men needs candles,
Who doesn't love cedar?
I need a good candle.
Man, I like the cigar box idea. Okay, mini cigar shape, cigar box. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So $40 for the kit or something, and this is just you're loaded.
Yeah, so you get let's say you get 30 candles, you get a base, and then you get a
I love this
box, and it looks, and you open it up, and you're like, this is an amazing thing, and it's wrapped in like a piece of Italian. Like a page ripped out of a book over the top, so it feels like, wow, this is super bougie, and you're just like, this is what I'm going to get my friends for Christmas.
Idea. This is the equivalent of getting. I'm getting excited. This is like going to Costco and getting your toilet paper. I have so many. I feel like I'm set.
Yeah.
Like
you're set for the month.
Months. Like
absolutely.
I just put it in my closet, and I
then
don't
you
mind.
just
I never
re-up.
think about how much it costs to grab another toilet paper roll.
And then you
I
just
have so many.
Oh, absolutely. And then you just re-up. You say, hey, I want to buy a 30 pack or a 20 pack, and at that point you get whatever it is, or you can subscribe to it.
We don't need to do subscriptions.
I don't know. Is everybody against subscriptions these days?
I'm
You're anti-subscriptions?
I'm starting to be. Yep.
I have a subscription idea for you. Bold claim. Hear me out here.
Okay.
Sunset subscriptions. Okay. What do you think I'm talking about just by saying that?
It's planned obsolescence of your subscriptions.
Close. So it's planned. It depreciates until the price of wholesale. So it's like, hey, let's say you paid $20 this month. Eventually, you're going to get it to the price that we paid if you stick with us long enough. So each month, you're like, I should just stay. It's going to get cheaper.
Whoa. So
it's a head trip.
Cheaper the longer you stay loyal.
Exactly.
Dustin, do
you love that? Do you love that? That's a freaking great idea.
Oh my gosh, that's a banger. Okay.
Because that's like, that gets me. I'm like,
let me apply this to one thing I can. Okay.
Each time you resubscribe, it resets. Come on.
I was looking at lithium ion, rechargeable with micro USB like plug-in, AA batteries.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay, so you can literally just recharge it with a micro USB cord.
Great.
Okay, they're expensive, but the claim is each one is worth 1,000 AA's. Like in its lifetime, it won't run out of juice, and it's a lot it's lithium ion, so it's a lot better, more consistent
Yeah.
than the previous rechargeable.
Sure. Yeah.
NIAH, is that what it is? Anyways, so that is something we burn through all the time is AA. I mean, I have a ton of kids, right? We play Mario and we play Mario Kart, to be clear, and Mario Party. And I have like tech stuff for work, and then my wife has music equipment. We just have things that require batteries. The little girls have dollies and play toys, and they're always getting something that requires AA or AAA batteries. That's a subscription that's always being shoved down my throat from Amazon. They're pushing it on me because they see how consistently I buy batteries. But I'm so frustrated by how expensive batteries are. And I never quite know how long they're going to last. So if you sold me, like, the longer you stay on this, like, choose how many you want, like, just figure out your rate. And then every month it's like $1 cheaper until it's the wholesale rate.
You wouldn't want to leave, would you?
I'd be like, I'd be stoked. I would be selling you batteries 2 years from
Absolutely.
now. Like, Dustin, get in on my wholesale rate.
No, that's the thing, because you would be like, I don't really need it right now. With subscription services, I start and stop like nothing. It doesn't bother me at all. I have Netflix this 1 month because I like the show on it, and then 3 months later, I'm skipping it. I'm going over to Hulu, right? But this way, you don't want to leave.
Okay, here's why this idea sucks.
Oh, okay.
It's a feature, not a product.
Oh, yeah.
So this once you make this successful, everybody just copies you and you don't get paid. Everybody else gets paid. They just use your feature.
Yeah.
So this is like in line with brilliant. Hats off. You did it.
How
you
would you do this?
reinvented the world.
Would you...
There's no moat. There's no muscle here.
That's a great point. I don't know. Can you copyright it? Can you...
No.
I don't think you can do anything with it. It's just it's how you do what you do. It's not what you do.
I mean, I if you want me to push my creativity, I can try. Like, you can go like a Shopify plugin style, and you can offer this as a service. Like, you just API integrate our little plugin, and then it automatically just like figures out if this person gets the loyalty price.
It's a lot of work.
Well,
but that's a good idea. Yeah.
You're charging a subscription, ironically, to the Shopify store.
On the positive side, it would be next to impossible for a giant reseller like Amazon to implement this. It'd be really difficult.
Why?
They have to connect with every single one of the sellers, which they could, and then they'd have to...
No, they just roll out a feature and force sellers to use that feature.
Here's a feature. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, then these other guys are going to do it, and they're going to make more money than you.
Never underestimate how fast they can... They would just... Now, if you got... Like, one way to do this is mimic other successful products that are white labeled, basically. Just have a consumer products goods company and do this for many products that already have proven subscription models. And you're essentially just gonna get better long-standing customers. But it's not unique. It needs to be in combo with our candles.
I know.
It needs to be in combination with the candles. Let's just do it.
We could, yeah.
Let's test the hell out of that.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's just put it with the candles.
Now I don't hate the subscription idea for the candles because you fixed it.
It'd be great. It'd be, with the candles, we have an automation problem with that. But that's
Did we
that's
already talk about automatic adjusting price? Did we talk about this?
No, we haven't. This is a good idea. This is a fantastic idea. This is a complicated one.
I'm afraid
the longer
to
it
give
sits
this one
with you,
away.
I think you shouldn't. Which means you probably should, but that's like a...
Nobody's listening. I'm going to bank on us not being popular and nobody's listening. Nobody that can actually implement
No,
this.
the 5 people that listen to us, your wife, my fiance, my mother...
Hey, 50,000. There's 50,000.
You're right.
Okay. I'm fascinated by the idea that you could have variable price adjusting. So there's a retail price. So let's say a new product comes out. Give me a product.
I want to buy a mini trampoline.
A mini trampoline for like working out? Like,
Yeah. My body needs some jumping in its life.
okay. So the mini trampoline, it is going to be $169 MSRP, right?
Yeah.
So early birds don't get an early bird special. They pay full price.
Yeah.
$169.
Yeah, they have no idea how much that's going to sell. They have to mark it up.
But you have a best price guarantee program, and it uses some like basically Web3 technology. So basically the similar technology as NFTs work. And we are going to give you essentially ownership of a pool of products. And you bought this, so now you have a little piece of digital real estate that says, hi, I certified that I got one of these. This is my purchase, receipt.
Mm-hmm.
And now it automatically is attached to my routing and checking number.
Mm-hmm.
And every time different amounts of people buy into this, I start to get money back until it basically falls to the floor of what this could be in scale. So if this product becomes huge, the manufacturers aren't greedy. They just want to make a set margin. They just want to make, let's say they want to make 30% on top of what they charge at.
Yeah. And they could disclose it too.
But they always want to make 30%. So it's like from day one, that's a bit bigger feat. They have higher costs of producing, et cetera. But as they scale, they can bring the price down for you and still make money. They just want to make that 30%. So basically they're signing a guarantee to you, the customer, that as more people are in, you just get money back. Maybe $10 at a time or something like that, right?
No, I the delivery system, I have an idea about that. But keep going.
Yeah. So like someday this trampoline could be $39. You bought it for $169.
Yeah.
Same quality manufacturing. You got an original. You got in early. You paid $169 as the MSRP. But over time, you got $10, $10 because it got more and more popular because you thought this product was going to be popular. Like this would have happened to me on Odo. Have you seen Odo?
No.
Okay. You know what a sprinkler is, right?
I've seen them.
Yeah. Makes grass grow with,
I've heard of that.
H2O. So this is a sprinkler robot that I bought for $400 that I hooked up to my hose, and it has a solar, I don't have to plug it into electricity. It has a little solar kit on top of it. It mounts to a tree or a deck or the side of the house, or you can stake it into the ground. And it has a 360-degree little nozzle.
Yeah.
And it accurately waters exactly where you tell it to with your iPhone app. So I steer it.
Awesome.
And literally that little robot remembers where I steered it to. It's basically recording my actions.
Versus digging trenches and
no irrigation lines. No, yeah.
That's my entire childhood
It's
job.
so simple.
You've automated my job out.
And I can move my lawn. I can move my lawn.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
I love that.
I've ordered a couple. So love it. Good job, Odo. Kind of an expensive product, but compared to buying irrigation stuff.
How much is it?
$400.
$400. No, that's nothing.
But nothing compared to all the stuff I would have had to buy.
And upkeep, you're paying for upkeep.
Oh, but if it's a device like this big,
Amazing.
that essentially redirects hose water really well, it feels expensive.
Yeah.
But it's justifiable. And I'm like, this is going to be huge. I right now could be down to, I really spent $150 on this.
Yeah.
Because this was huge after I knew it was going to be huge, right? So I could be getting income from products I bought in the past because they made a 30% markup guarantee to me.
It'd have to be reversible though. It wouldn't have to be actually. Let's say Odo's not huge and it's like,
No, I spent $400. They got what they needed. There's the MSRP is the
You
ceiling.
have to be okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Right? I bought it.
Okay. Here's your delivery idea. I think you put it exactly on tax season. Tax season's right now. This is making me think about it. Everybody's getting their returns. You want your price guarantee return. It's literally just part of the season. Like, oh my gosh, did you get...
That's interesting. Yeah. That's a good ad strategy, I think.
Yeah, because it's...
But I want to sell year round. It's a bad business that only has revenue.
Wow, no, you don't want it to every month. That's a lot of. Maybe. Who
Oh,
knows?
you mean the returned
The
price.
return, like
I missed that.
because you want it to be like you want it to feel good. $10 feels good. $1,000,
Right.
feels
I
really
bought
good.
3 Odos and it was $1,200. And it turns out they only needed to be $150 to get it to me and them make a profit.
Yeah, but like I bought things year round. I bought this from Amazon. I bought this from Amazon. I bought this from Amazon. Oh my gosh! Whoa, what's happening? What was your return like? Well, tax return was $1,500. That was nice. And then my price guarantee return was like $3,500.
Okay.
What'd you buy? Everything new and awesome. I loved it. Promotes new businesses.
Right.
It's freaking awesome.
It de-risks my new adoption of things. I love new things.
Oh, I love this idea.
I love this idea too. Now, all the business owner capitalists listening are like, wait, but that's really bad for the business. Like they're just giving away profit. No, they're getting PR. So they would make this guarantee like this would go viral. So I'm now telling someone like, I bought this for $400. It's down to $250. Like this thing, not only is this thing amazing, and I'm glad I spent $400 on it, but it actually is only $250 now.
Totally.
Because they did this price guarantee, not because it's cheaper, not because they're manufacturing it in China, like all these reasons why we think things are cheaper, right? It combats that cheap thing in the brain.
I love that. I think there's an inevitable problem that people will cheese the business.
Cheese it?
Oh yeah, like it cost me $5 to make these. It cost me $25 to make these shoes. I have a middleman, and I'm asking that middleman alongside, hey, just charge me a little bit more than you would normally charge, right? And then I can say, sweet, it's only a 30% margin. Now, I think that'll work itself out, though.
It works itself out. Like if people found out, they would pin you to the wall and crucify you. Your customers do not want.
I mean, this is Nike in the '90s. It's
but this is a new era. Customers don't want to be
true.
The fool.
That's a great point.
Right. So I think you're essentially making a certification.
Yeah.
It's a justifiable profit certification. You're saying we do good for the common man. Like we employ people, we pay good competitive salaries, and we only take 30% markup. And you could also make like another guarantee that's just really you could say, and the owners of the business will never take more than 10% of the net of the revenues or the revenues with the consumers would understand, which doesn't happen anyways.
Yeah.
It would just make a really nice PR. Like people would love that. Like, oh, well, I mean, I'm happy to give you $100 for this. The owners are only going to take 10. Like everybody hates on the rich, and it's so popular.
It's really popular. It's really easy to hate on those guys who built it.
Anyways, okay. Those were good ideas. The other one that we did was sign installations for realtors. So let me pitch it to you, or pitch it to the audience via you. Realtors have so many signs that go up and down on their listings. And if you go look at a house that's for sale, it's a lot of work. Usually it's a 4x4 post. It's in the ground. It's pretty simple. They're usually ugly, but it's labor. And realtors basically just want to show houses and talk to people on the phone, send some texts, and then do a DocuSign agreement at the end. Like that's their thing. They don't want to go.
No.
Yeah. So they don't. So they pay somebody, $80, $100, $120. Depends on the state. I'm sure it's cheaper on the East Coast or something. But they pay every time they have a listing for like a handyman to go do this for them.
Oh, yeah.
In some markets, there are signed services. But I've been talking to people. I've been talking to agent friends and broker friends. Nobody is doing this well in our local market. And I doubt it's a big thing in most major markets. I think in big cities, nice cities, I think in San Francisco, this is probably dialed. But there are a lot more places than San Francisco in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I think a really great business is to create the Uber for this. I want to make the Uber for installing signs for realtors. What I mean by that is I essentially want the app to say, hey, we have a job available in the next 20 minutes. And for 30 high school, college students, early 20s, people hustling. And they get the notification like, hey, do you want to accept this job? It pays $25. And you go install it. And it just maps to the warehouse where the sign is. You're already approved, right? This is a validation process. Literally, they go do the install. They have to take a photo to prove it. And maybe you have like an administrative staff who signs off on the photo. Like, yeah, it looks like.
Is there like a warehouse where they can grab the equipment?
Yeah.
Photo, drive by here, take a photo of the equipment, grab it, install.
Because a realtor who's paying monthly for this service has to drop off all their signs at the warehouse.
Okay, perfect. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So basically, all you have to have is some warehouse space, which is cheap.
Yeah.
And the business is they pay you monthly per signs deployed, and you do it at the normal prices. You just do it way better, and they can log into their app and see all the photos at the addresses, and it's a toggle like unlist this one, and then it just boom goes to the students. College students, 10 college students nearby get a notification. Who wants to take this one? Someone goes, I'm on my way.
Okay, I like this idea. I don't think $25 makes sense for it. I would say $50. If I was a college student, I saw $50, man, I'm jumping at it.
The pricing will just self-adjust, so it doesn't really matter.
Valid, totally valid.
That's just built into the programming.
That's good. Okay, so I love this idea. I think it's a good idea. The idea that I love way more is the idea within the idea that we talked about, and that's the QR codes on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
it's
you would
so
modernize this. So you'd have QR codes on the actual sign. So that would be a part of your service, and that takes you to an easy and simple landing page to see the listing. So you can drive by. You don't have to get out. You can just scan it. You don't have to call the realtor. You know, lots of people hate talking to salespeople.
Yeah.
Right? I would say 90%, 95% of the people in the world.
It's kind of true. I know what I'm looking for. No.
Right. They just want to browse. So give them the browse, right? When they get serious, then they want to call. Yeah. They will call when they're serious, but they don't want to talk to a salesperson before they're serious. What do they need to do before they get serious? They need to see interior photos. So you have the interior photos listed on the landing page. The QR code takes them to. It's really simple and easy. And you give the real estate agent control back over the Zillow thing.
Yeah.
Zillow has taken over their world, and they have to play by Zillow's rules now. And this helps them fight back with a simple QR code. Just stay modern.
Yeah, I like that. I like this idea. This is a shitty reason to not like the idea,
Okay,
though.
that's okay.
Is when the business starts, that means that I'm going to be installing the signs. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be working, doing the sweat. You know, I don't have a problem with that unless...
That's not true.
Is it not? Is it not?
That's not true.
Walk me through this.
No, because they're prepaying.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the money can go to the student.
Yeah, I like this. Well, we're exploring this. Let's just do it. Let's freaking do it.
I mean, I know.
We've actually... Here's some really positive affirmation.
Students. I was going to say, I know so many students. I just realized I'm old now. I don't know students.
I know a lot of real estate agents, and so do you. And I've talked to two of the friends that I know who are real estate agents, and they are both like, yeah, our system sucks. Literally, like they hate it. They hate their situation, and they cannot change it. I bet you they would charge more. I bet you they would pay more. I bet you they would do. They just want something that works. And for them and what they talk about, it's like they're just trying to find somebody to do it because they want to sell houses. They don't want to install signs. And so there's a market there. And I think you found the exact same, right?
So I was going to read you a text thread here, actually.
Oh, yeah,
this
please.
morning. So this morning at 10:40 a.m., I texted a friend of mine. I said, hey, who do you use for sign installs and removals, removing the sign on your listings? Is it working well? I've heard a bunch of agents are having lackluster service, and I'm considering if I should start a business that makes it easy and predictable for them. Mm-hmm. He said, I use a guy that's good, but if you have talked to realtors, you'll find that in our area, there's a nice lady that does tons of people's signs, but she is super dysfunctional. Nice lady, but dang, if you created an affordable, streamlined service, you could get tons of business easily. He's a broker, right? He's been doing this for a long time, and he has his broker's license, he has agents underneath him. He said the main challenge is profitability, gas is up right now, blah, 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 blah. He's like, high volume would make it a good business, though. I said, for sure it's expensive, but it is consistent, so it's kind of just a math problem.
Totally.
I said, I would have an app that lists your active signs and allow you to toggle the ones that are for removal, or new one, or add new ones with
I
a
love
plus
that.
sign. And it would have photos as proof. And he said, genius, I'll sign up. That's what he said.
That's so smart.
So he actually said, I don't have this problem. Everybody else has this problem.
Yeah.
Everybody else is using dysfunctional lady.
But I'm in.
And then he changed his mind
Yeah.
because I said there's an app that you can toggle. Like, yeah, it's a good business.
I kind of like that. It'd be a pretty easy app too. Hey, enter address, date you want it installed. You can even you just pick a date, and then the second you want it off, just pick date that you want it off.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
Yep.
And it's just taking care of all the back end. We just do it. Yeah. So we have two good ideas. I want to pitch you. Let me pitch you one more.
Okay.
This is I've got a lot of ideas here. This idea will put the biggest smile on my face.
Okay.
I think it'll put a smile on your face. You wake up in the morning, and a lot of American family homes, they have the perfect morning. They want to make breakfast for their family, their kids, the whole bit. You make some toast, some eggs, all that jazz. Now with the toast, what if instead of making the toast, you put the toast in, and on the side, there's a place where you can choose like these little kind of grids of wires, and you can make a happy face, or you can make a swan or something like that.
A toaster that basically changes the design
Of the toast. It slightly burns longer the areas you want it to burn. It's a gimmick, but it's like your kids would fight over that in the morning. They would say, no, I don't want to do
It's really funny.
but I think people would love it.
That's really funny. You know how there's toasters that just have like 4 slots?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 designs basically, so
Yeah.
that the product is very simple.
Yeah.
The mechanics are just 4 different ones, and the kid can just choose which slot to put their one piece of bread in.
Yeah. And then you just
My kids would love this. They would love this.
Of course.
And would I buy this for $30? Of course I would.
Absolutely.
Not a monster.
No, and you can make it easy. You just literally put you can't make it, if you made it an app, that'd be too hard. But if you made it like an actual tactile, like I'm going to push this button, this button, this button, this button, this button. I made a smiley face. Oh my gosh,
Oh, you want to make a complex machine.
No, not like you choose options as in it's a grid. So there's like 10 by 10.
Oh, I
And so you
see.
push in these slots, and that literally functionally pushes these wires so that
That is funny.
they burn harder, or they burn.
I think that is a way farther on the gimmick spectrum than like your Swan, your Heart, your Mickey Mouse, your whatever.
You think
Baby Yoda.
pre-install the, hey, this is this image, this is this image?
Yeah, because you can make them look really good, and it's not.
No, but like if you have a grid, it's so fun because there's involvement.
It's cool. I like
use
your
it
idea
every day.
better. I don't like it as a business.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
Yeah, cool, but not business. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to share a little thing I call A to B.
Okay.
So I've been I don't know, starting businesses for like 10 years,
Yeah.
something like that. And with people, without people, just different things. When I was 20, I lost $30,000 on a business. When I was 30, I lost probably $100,000 from some policy stuff that overtook my industry. How much did I say? 100,000? No, 250. No, I lost 250. It was worse. Yeah. I've lost a lot in business. I've made plenty. I'm fine. I'm not super wealthy. I'm glad I have autonomy and I get to create, basically.
This is I feel so bad asking this question and interrupting you. Oh, I feel really bad now. If you had no wife and kids, do you feel like you'd be more wealthy, less wealthy?
Oh,
Or
for
would you
sure.
be- Really?
Oh, for sure. No, I work 7.5 hours a day. Like, show me an entrepreneur that works 7.5 hours a day.
No.
It doesn't exist.
Entrepreneur is the guy who works 80 hours a week so they don't have to work 40, right?
I talked to a guy yesterday morning. Our company is probably going to acquire their company. Conversation went very well. It's a marketing agency. They're doing 30K a month right now. They've been in business less than a year.
Wow.
And the main reason why the CEO wants to sell is because he wants to move to the US from Bangalore, India, which is like San Francisco of India. So he wants to network. He's a networking guy. Like it is his thing. But all his staff are, by our terms, like very affordable, like very cheap compared to what we would have to pay here.
So you already have an into the networking world in India. So you can get any of those staff if you were to acquire the company.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I don't hire in India is because like it's a black box. It's I don't know if I'm.
But these guys don't. If you have a few super solid employees,
people.
then you
he has 13 people, and they're doing $30K a month, US dollars, in 10 months.
Is it a dev company?
No, it's a marketing agency. So I'm adding marketing services, certain ones like strategic SEO, like high-end marketing, right? Yeah. And I'm pretty familiar with how those things work. I just like hiring for that and building that department takes a lot of time and money. And so I've been instead wanting to acquire it because you can use debt. You basically can use SBA 7A loan. You can basically put down a down payment and then make the company acquisition off of the SBA because America wants to incentivize, just like owning homes, they want to incentivize good business loans. That's basically how our economic machine works. So you're crazy if you're building businesses and you're not like taking that low cost of capital off the table. One of the ways to take a 7A loan off the table at 4% interest is a company acquisition. If something that your company can prove is good to acquire to the underwriters. So he wants to sell because he wants to move and he can't get a visa.
Yeah.
So he literally can't, like his options to get a visa are $500K in cash to buy his way into the US visa program basically. And he has to then spend that cash on US employees. That has to go directly into our economy. And he has to have like more than 10 employees in the US. So he needs to build his business to that point where he can get 10 US employees all at once. Or he can sell to us and we can employ him as an executive. And that's a specific visa that gets him and his wife over here. And he can just keep running the business. And we can just be bigger together. So probably going to work out.
Yeah.
I talked to him yesterday about this A to B thing. Like really it's you just need to build the next step of the business where you are now to where you know you need to be next. And you don't need to make your plans beyond B. You need to go A to B. Mm-hmm. You need to know what you want out of life or what your company vision is, right? Similar concept, like just what you want, but then go A to B. So my A to B for the company this year is just, I want to acquire a marketing company that has strategic SEO services. That would be really impactful for my team and my customers. And it's something that is going to keep being really important over the years.
Yeah.
I don't want to build that department. I don't want to hire for it. I don't have the expertise. I want to buy it, not hire.
Yeah.
So A to B is this, like we're doing A to B on signs, on the sign thing. Uplist signs, I think was the domain I got. A to B on the candle idea. You know, we talked to Chris about A to B on the tree fort. It's just like go after the simple like finish line, set your outcome you want.
That is good.
Just get to that
really
outcome
good.
you want.
Yeah.
But don't go like the mental like chaos you can invite of trying to like all the things I'm going to do or could do or want to do. It makes every opportunity very distracting. Just focus on A to B. Anyways.
I hate that advice because I feel like you're giving me advice.
Well, I'm speaking to myself. And
Yeah.
Probably I attract like-minded people. So I wasn't meaning to.
No, that's the thing.
I'm speaking to myself. Like I just from experience of like I've done a lot of things. I still do a lot of things. Even at my house, I have a lot of home projects. I have a lot of kids. Just doing a lot of different things. But it's overwhelming unless, like this is what I've learned, unless I just think in the next step, but not like the next step, like what I'm going to do tomorrow, but like what's the outcome I want next? Like when will this be a talking point? This will be a talking, like the sign thing. That will be a talking point when we took 10 local realtors like payments for monthly service and have 3 employees delivering that service.
Which, okay, that is pretty attainable.
Yeah, it's like when you put it that way, let's just do it, right? The candle business.
Let's just do it. I mean, that should be the name of the
podcast.
podcast.
Put up 10 grand for candles and list them really well with a video on a nice landing page and Amazon.
I feel pretty lucky. I kind of get, here's something I get discouraged by. I think we have a lot of skills that maybe we're not credited enough for, or just credited too much, but running ads, making video content, making audio content, anything like that seems really easy for me. Like learning how to make a better product, that seems pretty easy for me because I've done it enough. I feel like a lot of listeners don't have those skill sets. I feel bad for them and that run ads. How the hell do I do that? I get worried about that. I don't know if that keeps you up at night.
Here's what I want to say to that.
Yeah, please. A to B.
Things aren't as hard as people make them out to be on the thing. Like I'm learning some video editing right now because I haven't hired a video editor yet.
Yeah.
For the podcast.
Yeah.
Right. When the podcast starts getting more traction, we'll go, now we can justify like an employee or whatever. But right now I just want to understand it and do it myself. So I downloaded Adobe Pro Premiere. It's a big tool. It's lots of things, but watch a few YouTube videos, do some smart Google searching, spend 2 hours of focus time, well caffeinated. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. Ask a friend for help who's been there before. But what is much harder than people think it will be is in aggregate doing all of those things. Because basically every day, what I've found is you can do 1, maybe 2 things well.
Yeah.
But you can't do 7 things today. You can't. You can't learn 7 things today. You can learn 1 thing today. And then you can act on that 1 thing tomorrow. So you took 2 days to do 1 thing.
This is great advice. This is actually...
Anyways.
I can't decide if I want to pitch you one more idea or ask you a pretty damn good question.
Ask me the question. We'll save the idea for next time.
Okay. So many good ideas.
Good. I'm glad.
Kendall, what's your creative process with coming up with the new ideas, new business ideas, new anything ideas? I've got a process. I'm sure you've got a process. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But how do you do it? What do you do?
Well, now you have to tell me what your process is, but I'll tell you mine first.
Yeah, please.
I don't have a process. But I talk to...
What a cop-out.
I talk to a lot of smart people. Smart is a dumb word. I talk to a lot of people who are doing interesting things.
Yeah.
All week long, every week.
Yeah.
So I connect dots for a living. So like the work I'm used to doing now are conversations with people who are in action. They are moving in a thing that they understand. Even my friends are like that. Even who my wife and I hang out with are a little bit like that. So so my life is chock full with people doing things that they understand. So all I do is be really curious, and I go, oh, so you mean we could take an Apple tracker? What are those called? This little Apple tracking device they came out with. We could throw it on a ship with containers and track it across the Atlantic Ocean so we know right when our goods will arrive. Okay, that would have been a great business idea if Flexport didn't exist. But Flexport has been doing that for 6 years.
Yeah.
Apple just came out with their tracking devices 1.5 years ago. So they were 6 years ahead of that curve. They locked in the business contracts. Great idea though. Like if you didn't know Flexport exists, you're like, what if I do this? Then I could charge money for monthly analytics data to all the people tracking their Chinese shipments across the sea before they can get it to their wholesale warehouse. So I just connect dots. is what I'm saying. My framework for how I come up with ideas is I go, oh, so shouldn't this other industry that I also thought was interesting do something similar?
No, that's good. I like that. That's almost like combining two different opposing things. No, I like that. Okay.
Idea sex.
Yeah, it's idea sex. It's idea sex, which is great. Idea sex being...
Wait, did you know? So we're out to dinner. My wife and I are out to dinner last night with your fiance and some friends.
I wasn't in town.
You had to work. It's fine. Yeah. I think her and another person, like we were talking about this, like idea sex is a little too, messy.
It's a little, strong.
Yeah, but it's connecting dots, and like two good ideas from different industries should get together and make a baby.
Totally.
And that baby, I wanted to call my email newsletter Idea Sex, but it's just a little too much. Close, but not quite there. Someone said Idea Bang. I was like, yes, because that plays on multiple levels and it's not so in your face.
Yeah, it's a bit of a double entendre. I like that, actually.
Idea Bang. That could be a cool newsletter, and we take, the shipping industry and the autonomous driving vehicle industry can learn something from each other and create a new idea.
What if we go the other direction and we just make it stronger? Idea for sex, or sex for ideas.
No.
No, it's like, whoa, that's so abrasive. You're kind of curious.
It won't. It'll be really difficult for anybody where English is their second language, because they won't. They won't understand the sentence in the multiple ways it could be read.
You're right. Terrible idea. Okay, here's this is where this stemmed from. So how do you come up with ideas, businesses, a whole bit? I asked my fiance, I was like, hey, what do you do? How would you do this? And she's like, well, I actually tried. I saw you doing this the other day and like thinking about things, and you come up with ideas. And she's like, I wanted to try it.
I love this.
Oh my God, I love this so much. I can't. Okay. I get emotional thinking about this.
This is cute. Oh, I get emotional thinking that you're getting emotional.
I appreciate that. Her idea.
Yes.
Her idea was, she's like,
pitch it to me, Emma.
Like, what? I want something just like better than what I have. So she's like, I couldn't do it. I tried so hard. And then I was like, my first idea was like, what if you made an iPhone, but better?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive to start that business. That's my feedback.
All right, babe. That's going to be real tough here. And all of her ideas were like that. It was so freaking adorable.
I think people have lofty ideas, so you just have to. What is the idea? Is it a better product, or is it a good business?
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to systemize this, because I was trying to do this for her. I was like, okay, babe, think of a problem that you have, like something that you just like. I get annoyed by this, right? Yeah. This was the candle thing for me. Like, I don't like to blow out a candle when I'm falling asleep.
Oh,
I don't
this
like
is
that.
what you meant by framework. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Totally. An idea, just like this is annoying to me. Like, I don't like how my shaver works, or I wish these headphones didn't squeeze so hard. Anything you want to do, but like that's how I do it. So I have like the stimulus. One can be caffeine, another one can be an alcohol, or it could be exercise. Exercise is really big for me. So when I'm hiking, I go for a hike 3 times a week. Right?
Wow, good for you.
I love it. I just love it, and I'm listening. I'm constantly reading books on tape. I just love it. And I'm constantly like just writing down ideas, things like that. That's what I do. It's just like I have to solve a problem I can think of, and then I attach that to some stimulus. And then I find out if I do that a little bit, it just kind of like starts trickling in throughout the day. I'm like, oh my gosh, there should be, let's think of a new one, chapstick that makes your lips minty. I don't know.
I mean, I think
that is new, actually. I've never heard that.
Fair to change one thing about something that's already selling well.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good business idea. If the goal is to make a business that makes you money, you don't want to necessarily change 7 things unless you are very qualified to invent something from scratch, right? So that is, I thought about calling the newsletter the risk mitigating entrepreneur, or the like the de-risked entrepreneur or something like that. But I don't like risk. For all the risks that I take, like, I like mitigating them. So that is what we're talking about here. It's like chapstick with a better, fresh mint flavor.
Somebody's going to buy chapstick. Everybody, it's already there. I guess it's kind of not on the rise anymore. It was bigger 5 years ago now that I think about it.
You might want to put it on your forehead now. Just chapstick, but for the forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, just change one thing.
Yeah. I have so many more things I want to talk about. I feel like we've gone our time. So let's just call it.
I gotta go home to my wife.
Yeah, let's just call it.
All right.
This was good. See ya.
Hey guys, if you liked today's episode, please like and subscribe. I know it's hard. You got to do both things, like it and subscribe. But we're YouTube, we're Spotify, we're Apple Podcasts, and ideadroppodcast.com.
If you have ideas, mailbag us. We want to hear your ideas. Mailbag at ideadroppodcast.com. Send us an email with your ideas, and we'll say if they're good ones. And you can also do the hashtag. Hashtag is a great way to do it. I know there's a lot of steps, but trust me, it helps us keep on giving you guys our free ideas.
We're going to be here every week. See ya.